Good day, this is Jamari Castillo, and I will be the one in charge of discussing the third and the fourth variable in the literature review section. So, for the third one, we have the importance of effective teaching methods to the students. There are a lot of studies which have investigated on this specific area. So, the World Bank stated that teachers nowadays play a very critical role. Study International also added that even the lecturers right now still continue to consider alternatives when it comes to their teaching. Bill also mentioned that the major factor in the pandemic is actually in the adjustment of the assessment measures being used by the teachers themselves. Arinto, Arinto on the other hand, Arinto's study have stated that web technologies which are being used in synchronous classes can appear to enable learning strategies but can also be a constraint to the learner's access. Lopena also posed or also concluded another challenge because according to the study conducted by Lopena et al., some accountancy students have actually considered the online learning mobility to be ineffective because of the notion that there is this added psychological stress in the perceived because of the perceived inconsiderate professors or lecturers. There are also studies which have highlighted the teaching methods which the respondents have considered to be effective, such as Barron's. Baron M. et al. Stated that there is this importance in giving the students prompt feedback. Young S and Ima stated almost the same thing because they have put the emphasis on communication skills. That is the study of Young. And Ima also have stated that there should be the emphasis on the delivery skills and instructional materials, and also when it comes to the the demonstrating teaching experience. Tutunchi 2002 on the other hand have also added that the effective teaching method which are being considered by as perceived by the students are actually the use of real life examples, while the least ineffective teaching method is the use of research paper. So the fourth variable now is the importance of teaching characteristics. So according to a study conducted by Mohideen et al., that that lecturer characteristics actually play a very important role in students, especially even in accounting students. They also added that the positive attitude of an instructor has a positive impact on the students, and that if the instructor has a great personality, it will make the students more comfortable, then thus increasing their interest in the subject. Klassen have also pointed out that there are personal characteristics which are essential, especially empathy and communication. Aregbeyen, last but definitely not the least, have also stated that there should be a balance between the methodologies being used and the characteristics of the lecturer which he or she should possess in order to be considered effective. So next, I will also so the gap bridged by the study is that in the previous literature review section, we have already talked about how a lot of studies have investigated with regards to the effective teaching methods and characteristics as perceived by students. However, there are only a few of them who examined accountancy student perceptions with regards to the effective online teaching and the effective with regards to the effective sarap pa. So the gap bridge by the gap bridge by the study. So now we are in the part of the so now we are going to discuss the gap bridged by the study. In the previous literature review section, we have already talked about how a lot of studies have already investigated in terms of effective teaching methods and characteristics as perceived by students. However, there are only a few of them which examine the accountancy students' perception with regards to the effective teaching methods and also the lecturer characteristics which a lecturer must possess in order to facilitate effective learning in the new normal setup. So that is what in the new normal education. So this study aims to identify the teaching methods and characteristics that accountancy students perceive to be effective, and we are going to do that through surveys. And we would be able to analyze and measure the response that we're going to get from the respondents. And this is what I cannot. Halabaon, ikat ko na naman. In the previous literature review section, we have already talked about how a lot of studies have investigated with regards to the effective teaching methods and characteristics that a lecturer must possess in order to be considered effective. However, there are only a few studies who have examined an accountancy student's perception with regards to effective teaching method and characteristics in the new normal education. And none of them proposed an intervention in order to address the factors which affected the perception of the students. And this is what the study aims. This study aims to identify the effective teaching methods and characteristics as perceived by accounting students in the new normal education. And also, this will be done by analyzing the response that we're going to get through surveys from the respondents and to analyze them in order to come up with an intervention that could actually help in addressing the factors that have affected the perception of the students. So that is what this study aims to gap. And that is the gap that this study aims to bridge. That is all. Thank you.